let's just get my laundry out of the shot, shall we? Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and today we are going to be discussing the 24 books I would like to read in 2024. So we're going to go through some new releases. I've got my laptop here and my phone for the new releases, and then I've got my TBR cart here. There are loads on the TBR cart, but I'm only going to pick a select few from my physical TBR because we have 17 new releases to talk about. Okay, let's begin. So firstly, I'm going to address the fact that I did trim my own fringe and it's gone a little bit short. Next up, we're going to ignore the fact that all I've done today is lip gloss and earrings. I have styled my hair slightly, but I wanted a chill one today and I could not bring myself to do full face of makeup. I hope you don't mind. The first book on the list we have for new releases in 2024 is Ali Hazelwood's book, Bride. Now this is going to be her first fantasy book, so I will put pictures up on the screen as we go. I keep seeing my laundry, I just need to move that. There we go. So the first book, Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I'm not going to put dates because I'm not 100% sure. I've got this one in front of me, so I will mention it if I see it or if I know it. This one is expected on the 6th of Feb. I am really excited for Ali Hazelwood to release a fantasy book. Now this is between a vampire bride and an alpha werewolf becoming deeply in love. This is already screaming everything I love about a fantasy book. Now I say that, but I've never really been a huge fantasy reader. I feel like 2024 is going to be the fantasy era for myself. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Then Ali Hazelwood is also looking to release a book expected on the 11th of June. And I know that date because it's my boyfriend's birthday. And this one is called Not in Love. And this is a forbidden romance. So all's fair in love and science. I love the cover. I love how it looks. I hope this is the actual cover they go with. It's slightly different from her previous ones. I've loved every book I've read of hers. Absolutely binged it. So I'm happy for her to keep releasing science romance novels. Like for me, very, very okay with that. The next book is Daydream by Hannah Grace. I don't know when this is due to be released. However, the cover's absolutely adorable. This is part of the Maple Hills series. This is book 3. I loved both of the first two books. The first book, Icebreaker, I liked more than Wildfire, but this is Henry's story. And also on the cover, the main female character is wearing the folklore cardigan. So we're hoping she's a Swiftie. This could end up being the perfect book. So very excited. We'll be looking out for this. I do need to find these dates so I can actually put them in my diary. I'm getting a diary on Christmas Day, so I can see myself sitting there writing down every book release. So next up we have Jessa Hastings. So she is coming out with the final Magnolia Parks book. So the Magnolia Parks series follow either Magnolia Parks and BJ's point of view, and there's 3 in total. 2 of them already out. This is the final book in the Magnolia and BJ storyline, but we also have Daisy Hates, which I prefer. Big fan of Daisy Hates. Julian's my bae. So Daisy Hates is due to have 2 more books in that series, but the final Magnolia book should be out next year, and I am concerned that they're not following the covers to the original covers, and I do not like. I am not happy. We will see. Then we have Frida McFadden is releasing another book in the Housemaid series. I do believe, yes. So I've got the first two. This is the first one. So this is the Housemaid. So I do need to read the first two. And then I've also got, oh, I can pick it up. I've also got the second one, which is The Housemaid Secret. And then the third one is The Housemaid is Watching. So I've got the first two ready to read. I will probably pick these up quite soon. So I'm counting, these are part of the physical TBR, but also the new release. So I'm just counting that as one because it's one series, okay? This is my video, my rules. This counts as one. So I can't tell you much about that series from Frida McFadden because I haven't read the first two yet, but it's on the TBR. We have Emily Henry is bringing out another book, and this is Funny Story. Emily Henry's writing is just fantastic. Her covers always look so cute and fluffy, and that's not the type of books they are at all. They're usually quite deep, quite emotional, really moving. They can be tear-jerking. They are very good. Two of them made it into my favourite books of 2023. And I'm hoping this is going to be another favourite. I love the main guy character is wearing Crocs. That almost makes me want this to be a new fave just because of the cover itself already. I think it looks perfect. I know it's going to be one where it's not going to be that funny. It's called Funny Story, but I'm expecting some tragedy. Next up, we have another favourite romance author of mine, which is Abby Jimenez, and I don't know if I can call her a favourite because I believe it's 3 books or more that have been 5-star, and I can't even say that for Emily Henry because I've got 2 5-star books from Emily Henry, 2 5-star books for Abby Jimenez, so they could be classed as favourites as of next year. So this one is called Just for the Summer, and this is, it just says expected 2024, and this is another kind of happy cry, tearful, moving book from Abby Jimenez, and it says Justin has a curse, and thanks to a Reddit thread, it's now all over the internet. Every woman he dates goes on to find their soulmate the second they break up with him. I am looking forward to, I love this cover. I hope this is the legit cover because it is stunning. There are some backlisted books of Abby Jimenez that I would really like to get to that I don't actually own. But however, my TBR is already super long, so I'm not sure that's on the cards just yet. Because I would even like to do some rereads, but I've got this cart next to me that is full of books I haven't read. I've got these new releases. I don't know what's going to happen. So next up we have Holly Jackson, which her new release is called The Reappearance of Rachel Price. This is expected on the 2nd of April 2024. A stunning new YA thriller. Okay, so she kind of, the only books she's written that I know of are YA thrillers. She wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I'm just looking at it now. I've got my books in the wrong order over there. That bugs me. I'm going to have to change that as soon as this video is ended. So A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, she wrote those. I also read 5 Survive by her as of this year, and that was a separate book, a new release from her, and I didn't love it. I'm hoping this one redeems her. So this is a book where, so 16 years ago Rachel Price vanished and young Belle was the only witness. Rachel is gone, presumed dead. This sounds more likely to be a winner from me, so I am looking forward to this one. So we also have some new releases from Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now I do have The Final Gambit left to read out of this series. So this is the Inheritance Games, it was the first one, and then you had the Hawthorne Legacy as the second one. I gave them both a 4.5, and then this is going to wrap up that story. And then this year she released the Brothers Hawthorne, and the second book to that release is out 2024. So I need to finish this one, another physical, and then get the 2 new books following this. So I am looking forward to that, because the first 2 have been fantastic, like palette cleansers. They've got me out of reading slumps. They're really good, like easy to follow, enjoyable books. So looking forward to picking up that one. Again, I'm counting that as 1, even though that is pretty much 3 again on the TBR there. This is one I've actually pre-ordered. So Lauren Roberts wrote Powerless, and the second book is called Reckless. And Reckless, I'm not sure when Reckless is due to come out. 4th of July 2024, I believe. I've already pre-ordered this one, so it doesn't matter to me when it comes out, as long as it's at my door on that day. So if you have not read Powerless yet, that is already out. Reckless is the second book. I cannot wait for it. Again, Powerless was one of my favourites of the year. Stunning book, amazing writing. I believe these are her first books, and they're fantastic. So they are fantasy. They've got kind of like, there's slight politics, but nothing that feels political. Like, if you haven't got powers in the kingdom that our main character lives in, then you are to die. So you got to think, there are people that are going to uproar against this. There are going to be people that die. There's a trial. There are battles. It has everything. It has romance. It is fantastic. Go and read it. Second one's out 2024. The next book on our list is Alex Michaelis. So this is called The Fury, and this is expected on the 16th of January 2024. This is a thriller. Now, I have read The Silent Patient by Alex and also The Maidens. I loved both of those books, and I also love that they were slightly connected only by a character appearing in different ones. I loved that. I know Taylor Jenkins Reid does that as well, and I find that great. Love that. So The Fury, I pre-ordered this one because it was on offer when I was looking on Waterstone's website. So this is a pre-order. I am excited. This one is about a reclusive ex-movie star and her famous friends whose spontaneous trip to a private Greek island is appended by murder. So this sounds completely different to his previous books, but I have loved them. So looking forward to this one. I didn't realise it was out in January. That makes me even more excited because I've pre-ordered it and it's not long until it's going to be here. This one is kind of a new release. I've added this one on here because the paperback version is due to come out in 2024. However, this one has been released already, and I'm not sure how to pronounce her surname. So it's Ashley Aldrain, and this is The Whispers. I read The Push by Ashley, and I loved that book. The Push was brilliant. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not even sure what The Whispers is about, but I feel like I'm collecting too many hardbacks and I just don't want them. I want paperback books. Okay, so it looks like it's the dark side of motherhood. So the first book was about kind of a child which she believed her child might be evil, I think, as far as I remember. I do remember loving it. I read it quite a while ago, but I know I really enjoyed it. So I want her next release, that's The Whispers. Like I said, it's already out. So it does say on the cover here, 4 families, 1 secret, 1 million little lies. We're gonna go into it without knowing anything. I feel like I don't need to know anything. I just want to read this book. This is another where the second book is coming out 2024, but I haven't yet read or purchased the first book. So this is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. Again, I want the paperbacks. They're not out yet. I'm gonna wait. I've got the patience, although so many people love them because I've got so many books to read anyway. These books are talked about everywhere and I am really looking forward to reading them. Like I said, I've got so many books as it is that I want to read, so I'm not too fussed about getting it straight away. There's still 2 books I want to read in 2024. However, I don't know if the paperback version of the new release will be out 2024, so it may be one that I just get the first one. I'm not sure. However, I'm putting the first one on my TBR for 2024. Now, I do believe it is slightly like fantasy, but a lot of romance, I think. Now we have Liz Tomford. I have not read any of these books yet. The final book in this series is out 2024. And you know what? I kind of would happily buy all of them in one go and try and binge through them. No one really likes the first one, which I believe is Mile High. I'll put pictures of them up here, but I believe the first one's Mile High. I know the last one in the series is coming out 2024. And so many people absolutely love the second and third books of this series. No one really likes the first one very much. However, I'm not someone that can skip a book in a series. So I would go into it reading all of them. That's personally how I would do things. Lauren Asher has released this book this year, which is Love Redesigned, and this is book 1, and I am so excited to get to this. Book 2 is coming out 2024, so I'm counting this physical TBR and the new release as 2 books on my TBR for 2024. This looks like dual POV. Yeah, so we've got Dahlia and Julian, I think, and I'm not 100% sure what this is about. I know all I did was I bought it because every booktuber I have been watching has rated it 5 stars, so I had to. That's how I was sold on this book. She also wrote another series, and I do own the books. Here's one of them. So here's another book in the series that she's also written. I do need to get to these as well. So they are also on my TBR for 2024. I'm just counting all Lauren Asher books as like one again, because I wanted to talk about 24 for 2024, but I have so many books. So I'm cheating a little bit because we're counting all of Lauren Asher's current releases and new release for 2024 as one. I've just only heard fantastic things about her writing and her books. Elle Kennedy released The Graham Effect this year, and she is releasing the second book in this interconnected series in 2024. I have not read The Graham Effect yet, but I really want to. So that is on my radar to buy and read in 2024. I believe the first book is a hockey romance, but I'm not 100% sure. So Elsie Silver is coming out with a new book 2024. I know she has written this series. I've even still got the sticker on. I have not read any of this series yet, so again I need to read all of Elsie Silver's books. She's bringing out a new one, I believe it's called Wild Love, and that's going to be separate from this series, so I could even pick up this one first. But in 2024 I want to get to some Elsie Silver books. I know these ones are cowboy romance, and I keep hearing fantastic things about these cowboy romances, small town vibes, and there are things that sound really interesting to me. It kind of like makes me think back to the Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score, and that was like all 3 of those books I gave 5 star. I love them, they're precious to me, so I'm hoping these give off the same sort of vibes. So those are all the new releases that I'm keeping my eye out for in 2024. So I just wanted to talk about, I was going to give about 7 possibly 7 roughly, to make it up to 24. I do have these books here, and these books are the books I really am itching to get to, because some of them are the ones that Josh picked for me, and I'm dying to see if he can pick 5-star reads for me without my help. So The Three Dahlias is then followed by A Very Lively Murder. So these two I'm looking to pick up, so that counts as 1. He also purchased The Runaway Heiress. So these books I talk about in the video where my boyfriend picks my books, so you can watch that if you're interested. And then he also picked up the second book in this series. So Black Leopard, Red Wolf is the first one. However, the first and second books are happening in the same timeline. So I've already started the second book. So this series I want to go through. The books are huge though, and the writing is tiny. I believe on Audible it says it takes about 16 hours to get through one of these. These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I have been itching to pick up a Chloe Gong book. I just really, really want to get to them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 books that are on my immediate TBR. They are on the bookshelf rather than the TBR cart, because they're from Josh, and also because I'm desperate to get to them. These Violent Delights wasn't from Josh, but I did pick this up when I bought this one, I believe. And this is just, these are the first ones I want to kind of read in 2024. If I only had to pick 3 from this shelf to show you, or this cart, one of them would have to be Checkmate. Checkmate, it's another one. Ali Hazelwood, whenever I've bought her books, I've picked them up straight away and just read them. So this is the first time I haven't dived straight into a book that I've got by her. So this has to be read ASAP, especially because her new books are soon to follow. Because she's having new releases, maybe I count that as one as well. So I've still got another 3 I can pick. Yes, see, this is why I make the rules. So, The Storied Life of A.J. Thackeray by Gabrielle Zevin. This has brought people close to tears, and Gabrielle Zevin wrote the masterpiece, which is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I have been thirsting for more from Gabrielle Zevin. So I have this book. I love this cover. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I've only heard fantastic things. No disappointments here. Cannot wait to pick it up. It's quite a small one, so it shouldn't take too long either. So next up, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I haven't read any books by Megan before, and this is a sports romance, and I don't think I've read many sports romance apart from kind of like Icebreaker series, like the Maple Hills series. I don't think I've really read any others. But I do love that series, so I'm hoping to really love this one. I've heard mixed things about this one. There has been love for it, but also disappointments. I think this cover's stunning. It's beautiful. I'm desperate to read it. We also have the Red Rising series. Now, Red Rising, I cannot stop hearing people talk about, and it is like, it has had 6-star reviews. It's had people saying it's their favourite book of the year. I need to finish this series. I need to start and finish this series. So this is part of my 24 this is part of my 2024 24 books I want to read TBR. You know the reason for this video. We've got this far. Red Rising is the first one, and then I believe it's Morning Star, and then Golden Sun. And they are science fiction. They are sci-fi books, and I love a bit of sci-fi. Like, I don't read an awful lot of it, but I feel like I should be reading more of it because I genuinely really enjoy it. So itching to get to them as well. There's a lot of itching going on. How many have I got left to tell you about? So that wraps up my TBR for 2024 and the books that I would like to read. There are obviously more, but those are the main ones. Those are the ones we're going to focus on. Those are the ones that I will write in my diary when I get it on Christmas Day. I'll watch this video back, I'll write down every single one, what dates are released, etc. And we are going to make sure that I complete this. Like, I am going to finish all of those books mentioned in 2024. And I should be able to do it. Especially because I'm aiming for 100 books next year, and that's only 24. We can do this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying Vlogmas. Have a super duper good one, and I will see you in my next video.